Also notice that you have the lymph nodes up underneath your neck. You put your finger right here, or when you go to the doctor, they put their finger right here because they're feeling your lymph nodes. And if your lymph nodes are swollen, it means that the body's fighting an infection, which is good. Your lymph nodes is working. So I want you to notice that also inside of your gut. So we say that your immune system is inside of your gut. Most of them lymph nodes is inside of the gut. Do you see here? Lymphatic system. Notice it goes everywhere to go pick up the waste matter. Now up here is what we call the lymphatic system. So for the goddess earlier who said that her son had a tumor in the brain, we got to work up on the lymphatic system, because if this system up here is not picking up the waste matter, then you're going to end up with a tumor. So what the body does is, if the body cannot get rid of the waste matter, the body does, as a survival mechanism, the body try to protect itself. So the body will actually create like a sack and store all the waste in a sack to prevent the waste matter from getting into other important organs that can be detrimental. So a tumor or a fibroid is still the body protecting itself. So understand what you need to do. You need to open up back the lymphatic system by moving the lymphatic system, by stimulating the lymphatic system so that it can start to function again to get the waste matter out. Okay, how do you stimulate or move the lymphatic system? Well, you can do dry skin brushing. You can do a lymphatic system massage. You can get into the sauna. You can get on a trampoline. Now also notice that
that's dope. How the body want to like heal itself, you know. At the end of the day, that's all the body want to do is heal itself.
This giant boy turns waves into electricity. It's been made by core power, and here's how it works. The boy is anchored to the seafloor with a chain, and as the waves rise and fall, the boy is pulled up and down. As the boy rises and falls with the wave, it pulls on the chain, which spins a motor that generates electricity. This is then transferred to the main power grid by underwater cables, similar to offshore wind farms. The chain's length is adjustable, allowing the boy to move up and down with the tide. It even has a special system which allows the motor's resistance to adjust depending on whether the sea is calm or stormy, a bit like changing gears on a bicycle. This allows it to produce more energy in calm conditions while avoiding overheating in rough weather. Would you like to see more innovations using energy from our ocean? Tap like if you would and follow for more innovations like this. This giant
tell your mind what to think. Visualization directs your mind toward the accomplishment of the good which you desire. It is only your mind that you need to direct. You don't need to direct anybody else's mind. I only need to direct my mind to accomplish the good which I desire. And each individual is God of his own experience. You're not God over anybody else. But even the psalmist declares, have I not said you are gods and all children of the Most High? Now there's only one God, but in God every man is God of his own experience. For I am always becoming that which I see myself being. And you're not going to be the good which you desire. You're not going to do the good which you desire. You're not going to have the good which you desire until you see yourself being, doing, and having that good. So in visualization, it redirects the attention of your mind to the idea of being, doing, and having the good which you desire. And where the attention goes, power flows.
We need more preachers like him. He's speaking that real stuff. Nah, if I was to watch somebody preach, it'd be him. I'm just being honest. If they, you know, like TD Jakes, like, come on, man. Please, get out of here, dude.
I'm saying if all the right conditions are set, the mother and the father are eating properly, and the father has to nurture the mother, or else his emotional growth and development is hampered forever. These are things required by nature, you see, so that has to occur, and they're eating properly, and they're doing things, you know, he's nurturing her, writing her poems, walking with her, singing to her, massaging her. All these things are supposed to be done to set up them on the right frequency to nurture the child. That's part of his growth and development, emotionally, to get ready for the child. He has to do this. So if that's not done, then the child is dysfunctional forever. This is the way nature plays these rules. It's a certain language that the child has to get.
Why are they hiding this from us? Electric cars existed long before Tesla and the new wave of hybrid cars. Back in the early 1900s, electric cars were incredibly popular. 1/3 of all cars in the United States were electric. Today it's only less than 1%. So what happened? The government and oil industry saw electric vehicles as a threat to their profits. These industries had invested heavily in gasoline technology and infrastructure. To protect their interests, they conspired to suppress electric cars. They used their influence to introduce laws and regulations that favored gasoline vehicles. But it gets much, much darker. In 1980, Stanley Meyer invented a car that ran on water. His water fuel cell split water into hydrogen and oxygen. He was on the verge of revolutionizing the technological landscape. However, Meyer was silenced. He was sued, his patents were revoked, and he faced numerous threats. In 1998, Meyer suffered a sudden heart attack after taking a sip from a carton of cranberry juice. And as he was dying, he kept repeating, "They killed me." After his death, the water engine disappeared from public view. Just like the reintroduction of electric cars, when do you think they will reintroduce the water fuel cell?
Everything we think comes into existence. So only think things that you want to come into existence. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you gotta protect your mind. And you gotta know it takes 3 minutes for your body to produce a hormone. Your thoughts produce chemicals. So you got a built-in CVS. You got a built-in pharmacy inside of your body. So when you think about something for 3 minutes or more, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. You said it. What's the word? What's the word?
Dopamine.
Dopamine. Your body is going to produce that naturally. 3 minutes or more with a thought that can activate that in your body. And then that chemical, that hormone becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So create the world you want to live in because you're creating the world that you're living in. So create the world that you want to live in because you're creating the world that you live in. Everything we think comes into existence. So
this is what the universe looks like according to the Central Intelligence Agency. From one perspective, it is a giant toroidal field known as the universal hologram, with a black hole and a white hole at the center. From one perspective, the whole thing looks like a DNA helix, or as they describe it, a cosmic egg. This is the diagram of where we are in the cosmic egg, and you interact with the universal hologram through the conscious energy grid. Here is our sliver of physical reality between the absolute infinity and the clicked out space people go when they astral project. This is what the universe looks like according to the Central Intelligence.
Clap it up, you guys. The population has struck again and created a new baby. So for the first time, a freaky man transmitted fungal infection has been reported in the US. And they say it's highly contagious and rare. It's a type of wingworm that's hard to treat. And that's the exact reason why I think that I'm retired until I'm married. Because the boppery is so concentrated right now that it formed a new being, the yeast clap. And to add sprinkles of cherries and caramel on top, the man who had it said he traveled to other countries and he clapped other women. Yeah, they say he has several other partners. Telling y'all, gang, y'all better watch out who y'all sleeping with. And yes, gang, I'm telling you to make sure your partner does not have the clap, the little clap, the mega clap, the yeast clap, and none of the claps above. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this new fungal clap in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom. So Mr. Krabs and the posse decided to raid an airport luggage carrier. Like, just imagine you get off a flight, open your suitcase, and it's an all-you-can-eat seafood bowl. And the real question is, how did they even get in there?
How?
So you mean to tell me nobody spotted thousands of crabs inside the plane? No cap, we seeing crazy stuff like this every single day. I'm not even surprised. This is absolutely crazy. And the crabs is bold. And they don't even need to call no exterminator or no cleanup crew. Only thing they need to do is call a couple big back ends up, give them a cup of garlic butter, and problem solved. Yeah, crabs raiding an airport. I definitely can write this one down as a WTF moment of 2024. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about crabs raiding the airports in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. So Mr. Crab,
Dandelion must be the first one of the season. Here's 5 facts about dandelions. Dandelions are packed full of vitamins and minerals, and the entire plant is edible. You can either eat it raw or cooked. The flowers work great in tea and can even make a fine dandelion wine. Dandelions are highly touted for their medicinal properties because they're really high in antioxidants like beta-carotene. I don't eat salad because it's disgusting, but I have heard that the leaves go great on a salad or even on a sandwich.
What daddy do like is fried food.
Pick off a flower head, smother it in egg wash and your favorite batter recipe. Then dunk that sucker in some oil for a few minutes and you've got yourself a healthy, delicious snack. I know this last one's more of a tip and not a fact, but oh, sweet Julia Child, you're welcome. Dandelion!
This is an ear candle, and most
how
people...
many of y'all ever ate like a flower outside, like in your backyard? How many of y'all ever did that?
People believe that putting it into your ear and lighting it creates a vacuum that sucks out your earwax. But that's not actually true. It's been proven that these candles don't actually produce a vacuum. And instead of pulling the earwax out, the melted wax from the candle can actually drip down into your ear canal. And this wax can harden, causing blockages inside the ear that might require a doctor to remove. This is an ear candle, and most people believe that putting it into your...
Pandering the toxic shit.
Okay, because...
How you niggas look. You niggas look just like that. Pandering. Yeah. You niggas look just like that. Wow.
Well, there you go. You represent all the nations of the world right here. We're showing you right here how his foot, as it goes through the phases of pigmentation, we'll see him become every type of man there is in the earth. Or she peeled you like an onion. Got you down to the true pink meat. Took off that old cadaver.
Like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, but I think you're gonna come back as a leopard, boy.
A Cheeto.
I don't know why this looks disturbing. Let's get this.
So here's the deal. Smoking or vaping anything is bad, nicotine or cannabis, or worse for you than edible occasion. High THC concentration cannabis, of which now there is almost pure THC cannabis available, is dangerous for the following reason. There I just pissed off some people. But first of all, it does have therapeutic applications for glaucoma, pain management, maybe even some mental health effects, ability to help certain people focus at low dose. But for, in particular, young males in their teens, early teens and 20s who take high THC containing cannabis, there is a much greater, like 4x increase in probability of psychotic episode later that don't ever reverse. So here's the deal. Smoking or vaping anything.
This is why they eliminated Old Dirty Bastard, because he was speaking about the government and music industry. Listen closely.
The government, yeah, and then run up on me talking about keep it real. Don't run up on me saying keep it real if you ain't supporting the real. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line.
The government brainwash our people with the mind control theory. That's what they do. So that makes our people like it. They keep playing that same song. The same song keep playing, you start to like it. You start to get probed with it. You start to get cloned with it. So then for the clone exists, then it just takes over. It takes over the human body. It takes over the spirit. It takes over the soul. And therefore, behold, that's what you got.
This is why they eliminated Old Dirty Bastard, because he was speaking about the government and
It's a soul system, not a solar system. Earth spells heart, and it's the heart of the soul system. The heart of the color spectrum is green, and that's why the earth is green, and the sky is blue, because blue comes after green. In order to go through heaven, you have to go through the blue sky. In order to go to your head, which is heaven, you have to go through the blue chakra. Everything's made out of toroidal fields. This is an electromagnetic holographic illusion projected by your mind. Human is a micro of the macro. You are the universe in a body. 7 chakras are the 7 planets. Your 5 fingers are the 5 elements. Also symbolizes the 5 senses. The body's the earth, the moon is your mind, the sun is the soul. Head is heaven, your heel is hell, the bottom of your foot is called the soul. 12 zodiac signs, 12 systems in the body. The link is in the bio for this PDF. It's a soul system, not a solar system. Earth spells heart, and it's the heart of the soul system.
Yeah, these collars. Collars looking stupendous. Look at these. Let me uncover them. I got the row cover. I tell you guys, gotta keep your collard greens covered.
That junk look
You see
fresh.
they work.
I'm not gonna lie.
Look, spacing is everything. I've spaced these so that the plants are taking up all the space in this bed. You want to get the biggest leaves first. Don't take too much from the plant. Don't stress the plant out. Take about maybe half of what the plant's giving you and leave the other half. While we harvest them, we're also going to give some maintenance to them. See these right here? These right here, bottom feeders. So that's going in the compost pile. Now that's going to transfer energy. You got to go by the results. But I got all these rows of collard greens doing their thing. We're going to harvest some collard greens right now for the fresh box. The leaves are tender. They're nutrient dense because of the way that we do our soil. Collard greens got the highest level of calcium, like any greens. Eat more vegetables. Honestly and truly, you can eat the right greens and get a lot of calcium that you need. So I want you guys to do it too. Get out there, grow some food. Organic, it's a label. The only way you can really know it's organic is if you do this. Get out there, grow your own. Stay rooted, keep growing. Blessed. Yeah, these collards.
That's crazy. We went from growing our own food to shopping online. That's crazy.
Hello, my healthy friends. Have you seen this video? Yup. Looks to me as if they are refilling water bottles. Now, I'm not sure what they're refilling that with, but it looks like water to me. I would like to know your thoughts on this video. I also want you guys to always read your nutrition facts labels. Find out what's inside of those products that you are buying. Buy from reputable stores. And always look at the country of origin. If you're enjoying these videos and you want to see more just like this one, go ahead and give a follow. And as always, guys, I want you to stay safe and stay healthy. Hello, my healthy friends. Have you seen this video? Yup. Looks to me as...
Not the Cheetos. Not the Cheetos. Let's see. Oh, no. That made me want to just throw the bag away. No. She would have about to throw up. Dang it. Can't eat nothing. Can't eat nothing, y'all. Like, it's crazy. It is what it is. This is what it is, man. It's crazy.
What? Go back a little bit, then zoom in so they can see it. All on the Ring camera detection. Now watch this, the next one. What the hell? Pause it on that. Yo.
He lit up the whole street. Look how big this thing is.
Yo.
What is that?
Seen that? Go back some.
How did they spot that?
What? Go back a little bit, then zoom in.
Bro, people be good at seeing stuff for real. Cause at first you can't see nothing. So they must have like saw that object out there. Just took a good picture of it. Dang.
Waters that are on the market right now, out of all of them, which one do you think people should be drinking and staying away from?
So if you're
at the grocery store right now and you are looking down the aisles, I would say the best choice is to pick mountain spring water or some sort of artesian water that is in a glass water bottle.
Now, why glass? Just because of the contaminants, plastic?
Yeah, I mean, water is the biggest solvent there is on the planet. So if it's in a plastic container, it's going to be absorbing that.
Now, what if you're rich? What would you go get?
Well,
the Russian deuterium free?
Yeah, I mean, I have deuterium depleted water shipped in from Russia, and that's what I drink.
Waters that are on the market right now, out of all of them, which one do you think people should be drinking and staying away from?
So if you're at the grocery store right now and you are looking down the aisles, I would say the best choice is to pick mountain spring water or some sort of artesian water that is in a glass water bottle.
Now, why glass? Just because of the contaminants, plastic?
Yeah, I mean, water is the biggest solvent there is on the planet. So if it's in a plastic container, it's going to be absorbing that.
Now, what if you're rich? What would you go get?
Well,
the Russian
There's only about 5 different nutrients that, from a myth standpoint, you get from meat. That's protein, maybe vitamin B12, niacin, iron. And if you dive a little bit deeper and do a little bit more research, you'll discover that heme iron is actually toxic. And if you dive a little bit deeper, you'll notice that most people who have a vitamin B12 deficiency, I mean, I worked at the hospital, the vast majority of people who picking up prescriptions eat meat. And so when you start to break down some of the myths that go along with meat and the whole carnivore new diet thing that they're doing, you understand very quickly that this is going to be short-lived. And so it's a blessing that places like Tassili Raw Reality exist. There's only about 5 different nutrients that, from a myth.
Happy birthday is witchcraft. Turning the lights off and chanting happy birthday while blowing out candles and making a wish is a form of magic rituals. When you are praying, you are trying to cast a spell to change reality with your words. The word abracadabra translates to I will create with my words. This is why we call it spelling. It's a spell. Birthday rituals are making you age quicker. When we say how old are you, we are tricking our subconscious mind that we are old. When you jinx something, this is a jinn, which is an invisible creature within the astral planes. Happy birthday is witchcraft. Turning the lights off and chanting happy.
We only born once, so I don't know why we, keep trying to age us. We basically just aging ourselves, like you said.
Watch this video before it's removed from the internet.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now my voice is reaching millions throughout the world, millions of despairing men, women and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people, and so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate. the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written,
It was like excuse me, my notes. It's almost like we at war with ourselves. Like we just at war with each other. It's crazy. It's like we all just competing with each other. Is he gonna eat it? Let me see. I want to see this.
He needs it to boost to know what it is.
Maybe he's full.
Eat the spider. Is he gonna eat it though? Oh, he ate it. Ew. Ew. Hey, that's a good way to kill a spider though. You don't want it in your house. Get you a lizard. Whatever that is, a lizard. You definitely ate that spider. Okay, now that's a watermelon. That is a watermelon right there. Yes, it is. Look at all those seeds.
Even if you check forward to the days of the pyramids and you read the hieroglyphics on the wall, you can see that them use a certain root or some roots in a certain rituals, whether it be for medicine or spiritual.
Herbal tonics were very important in the ancient Egyptian culture. The Ebers Papyrus, also known as Papyrus Ebers, is an Egyptian medical papyrus of herbal knowledge dating to circa 1550 BC. This medical document provides herbal remedies that treat intestinal disease, diabetes, skin problems, and asthma.
Even if you check forward to the days of the pyramids and you read the hieroglyphics on the wall, you can see.
They like Trump. Can you believe it? They like the government.
Don't y'all find this stupid though? Like, this is a free planet, and you gonna build like a wall so people can't get in. Like, I get it, like, you know, I get it, but it's like, dang, it's still a free planet.
Oh, we've got your ass. We've got your ass now. Now this is what it looked like after the last reset. So after the fall of the Tartarian Empire, there was a lot of Tartarian tech just lying about, and the settlers, which you know as the founders, moved in and salvaged what they could. I mean, how many times have I told you that these men with the horse and wagon did not build these structures, and this is not their technology? Are you trying to tell me that they would build train tracks, tram lines and carts, but didn't know how to build an engine? Come on, brother. This is what it would look like in today's. Oh, we've got your ass.
Goji berries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, palmetto berries. You have, the berry kingdom, chase berries, or what they call vitex berries. These berries are very, very high in antioxidants, and they're oxygenators. And that's what the brain needs to breathe and to get the melanin neurotransmitters and the dendrites connecting the left hemisphere with the right hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? You need oxygen to the brain. And that's why we got all these foods that's tainting our blood, because the only way to bring oxygen to the brain is by way of iron phosphate going through the blood, cellular respiration. Oxygen's, the berries help bring that oxygen to it. But you talking about that goji berries, blueberries, blackberries.
Do you still believe Toy Story was just a movie?
That toy's definitely moving. Telling you. Toy Story wasn't just a movie. Buzz and Woody were plotting.
What? Come on, really?
It's just pork. Common escape. What more proof do you need?
How are they standing up like that, though?
No, that's what they did in the movies. They were discovered, and they fell back. Look, them doing it again. By the way, this video is just for entertainment, and stay weird.
Do you still believe
Like, get out of here, man. But that would be crazy, though. Like, if you just leave and, like, imagine, like, your objects and your house just start, like, talking when you leave the house and stuff like that. Like, who knows? These objects around this part got its own little consciousness, you know? Like, the refrigerator and all that. That's crazy. If it is like that, that'd be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, imagine you slime your refrigerator door, you know, and it cuss you out. Like, don't be slamming me like that, you know? Like, imagine. That'd be crazy.
Yo, now this is what I call a sandwich. Let's use these macadamia nuts to make some creamy vegan cheese. Check it. I know macadamia nuts can be very expensive, but if you're lucky to find them in bulk, snag them up. I found a large bag at grocery outlet for cheap. They're a good replacement for other nuts because they have a very high fat content. So they're smooth and really creamy when blended to make rich, delicious sauces. They have a very nice buttery flavor, but they're very...
Wait a minute now. You would have thought that was like a Philly cheesesteak or something. The way he hooked in on that up. For real.
Mild, so they don't overpower your sauces. So if you're able to get your hands on some, try making this fire macadamia cheese. Yo, now this is what I call a sandwich.
Doctors don't want you to discover this truth. For every problem in your body, there is a frequency that can heal you. Nikola Tesla himself said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency. If you have trouble sleeping, listen to a 3 Hz frequency. This soothing frequency will guide you towards deep and restorative sleep. If you're anxious, listen to a 432 Hz frequency. Let this harmonious vibration envelop and calm your troubled mind. If you want to lose weight, listen to a 280 Hz frequency. This frequency is known to stimulate metabolism and promote fat burning. If you feel unwell, listen to a 528 Hz frequency. This healing frequency will provide relief and facilitate the regeneration of your body. If you have pain, listen to a 174 Hz frequency. It has the power to alleviate your suffering and restore your overall well-being. And if you're experiencing a decrease in energy, listen to a 417 Hz frequency. You'll regain your lost vitality and experience an energy boost. Subscribe for more secrets about natural medicine.
Why is it that they covered the hole on top of the Sphinx head? This is why the Pope wears the cap, because when you are born, you have a hole in your cranium. As we get older, this hole shuts. We need to open the window to the Most High. We do this by mental and spiritual awareness. Your body is the temple. God does not dwell in temples made by human hands, which is the body. That's why the side of the head's called the temple. And the kingdom of God is within you. You receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. Spirit means breath, which is the Kundalini energy to open the pineal gland and opened the window to the Most High. Just like Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness. Snake is the kundalini, the wilderness is meditation. Stop taking the Bible literally. It's written in metaphorical code for you to upgrade your consciousness. If God was in the sky, he would have changed this messed up world by now. God is the mind, the creative life spark within you. Why is it that they covered the hole on top of the...
And I don't really see too many ceremonial masks coming from Europe. You know, the majority of the ceremonial masks that I see in antiquity are specifically from, you know what I'm saying, from our regions of the planet where we populated, and we had our sciences and we had our culture as well. So there was something that we understood ceremonially about adorning ourselves with masks that's supposed to automatically put us in character, you know what I'm saying? Even when you're talking about zoomorphic iconography, you know what I'm saying? The fact that we would wear the lion's mask,
right?
You know what I'm saying? We would wear different animal masks to evoke particular principles that those animals, you know, were known for. And this is what we did. I'm not too fond in history of other people doing that. So yes, there was a time-honored tradition that we participated in of adorning ourselves with masks, you know what I'm saying, or utilizing masks to suggest that we were now in an altered, some sort of altered state, some sort of altered dimension, and we have either. And I don't really see too many ceremonial masks coming from Europe. You know, the majority of the ceremonial masks that I see in antiquity are specifically from, you know what I'm saying, from our regions of the planet where we populated, and we had our sciences and we had our culture as well. So there was something that we understood ceremonially about adorning ourselves with masks that's supposed to automatically put us in character, you know what I'm saying? Even when you're talking about zoomorphic iconography, you know what I'm saying? The fact that we would wear the lion's mask,
right?
You know what I'm saying? We would wear different animal masks to evoke.
That changed your whole personality doing stuff like that. Your whole character, like, you know, you would act different, definitely. I see where you coming from.
Particular principles that those animals, you know, were known for. And this is what we did. I'm not too fond in history of other people doing that. So yes, there was a time-honored tradition that we participated in of adorning ourselves with masks, you know what I'm saying, or utilizing masks.
Look how they doing it. What's they plan with this? If I don't procreate, our future won't exist. This ain't got nothing to do with emotion. Come up out of your emotions for a minute. Get up out of that.
Our lineage can't live.
We can't exist. So again, we're not attacking again. We ain't attacking our family, you know, and forget the cancel culture. This is just the facts.
Yeah.
Because you know how many gay folks show up to my events? Tons of them. Thank you for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
They love it. I'm talking about I'm talking about the butch of the butch hugging me. Brother, I love you, bro. I'm like, sister? yeah, you know, I'm like, okay, come on in. For real, because, you know, a lot of sisters, they want to be able to just embrace without being hurt. You know, they want that same thing with a lot of the brothers. They're effeminate, but they just need some male guidance. They need to get around some brothers who are like, okay, brother, okay, your hand, you got to shake with a little more strength. All right, well, now we're going to practice some push-ups. So y'all think I'm playing? Our family need help, bro. We all need help, man. No matter what level we in, we think we got it, we don't, whatever. We all need help. It's all in love. But just know that this enemy is using the ignorance that we have against us toward their agenda. The elites know. That's why they're called the wickedly wise. Look how they doing it. What's they plan with this? If I don't procreate, our future won't exist.
So wait a minute, y'all done took the crab meat out the shell and just packaged it up like right in time for Juneteenth, huh?
Why is that music?
Yeah, like, boy, when we find out about this, it's gonna be over. You telling me that I ain't got to crack nothing, it's just the crab meat out. It's real crab meat. Oh my God. Send this to my house right now. Boy, we finna go crazy for this. This is downright despicable. You can't do this to us. This is what we want. This is the invention we've been waiting for. Really? Boy, okay. Well, we'll be there. We better tear this shit up.
I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on.
That's what I was saying. That's exactly.
I
I've been
mean,
saying
it's
that for
such a
years,
simple
like,
question, and
what?
it's haunted me ever since.
They got you paying on the free
And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here?
Exactly.
Who made them the boss? Who put them in charge? You know? Think about that. I don't understand why you have to pay to live on.
Of Gen Z men no longer actively even trying to date. They're not even trying. And so the question is, well, why is that happening for women? Women, first off, are dating older. They want more economically and emotionally viable men, and that usually means older men. In addition, when young women are lonely, they have much better social networks. They have much stronger friend networks, whereas guys become kind of lone wolves and kind of literally sequester from everyone and everything. Half of Gen Z men no longer actively even
Atención que va River. Va Barco, vino al centro cerradito. Chiquito. Se queda con la pelota. Va Barco, vino al centro cerradito. Chiquito.
So a plane was going by and was looking at another plane standing still, yo. How do you explain that one? Everything just been looking real strange lately, y'all.
That's water?
Y'all don't
That's
find
not
this
water.
weird at all?
Come on, really?
Like, just a teeny bit strange?
This planet is so ghetto, somebody
It's like
says in the
somebody's
comments.
playing this.
I agree. This planet is ghetto. Stupid ghetto. You gotta pay for it just to, like, that's ghetto. Like, what? This is, all of it is ghetto. Yep, I agree.
A 32-kilometer high tower is being planned that will be suspended from an asteroid. Yes, 32 kilometers. That's 20 miles high, and it's totally real, proposed by Clouds Architecture in 2017. For reference, the current tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai at 830 meters. This will be almost 40 times higher. Called Antioxidant Tower, it's planned to be attached to an asteroid 50,000 kilometers in space, suspended by a series of cables that will hold the building in place. The asteroid will follow a figure-8 path in Earth's orbit, moving at 480 kilometers an hour, so the tower will actually fly through different cities every day. This mega high-rise will sort of be its own self-sustained city, not even connected to the ground and divided into separate sections, each with their own purpose. Starting with entertainment, shopping, dining, and office spaces at the very bottom, we go into the gardening and agriculture section, and then the residential above that. The monument, which will probably be for like nice views and sightseeing, worship for religion, and reliquary, which is a place used to store sacred relics. I kind of wonder what they're going to keep there. Then at the very top is the funerary. Their cemetery, which will be so high that you get an extra 42 minutes of daylight and a 10% horizon visibility. Maybe we'll finally be able to see the curvature of the earth from up there. The top of this tower will be more than 3 times the average cruising altitude of a commercial airliner. Partially powered through solar panels, and water will be supplied filtered through clouds and rain. There are still so many unanswered questions for this project, like how will people even get off the building, which the company suggested parachutes, or how will anyone even survive in residential units higher than Mount Everest, where oxygen is thin and temperatures at -40 all year round. At the end of the day, this is just a proposal that hasn't started construction yet, and they do say that we don't exactly have the technology to support it yet. But it does seem like they put some very serious thought into it, so I don't know, Dream Home 2050, or is this just a tower version of Snowpiercer? A third...
Most people go through this spiritual ascension or awakening process because of a trauma that they've experienced. So all of us are going through this ascension gradually and, you know, going through this process, and then something major happens in our life that I call it the cracking open of our hearts. We think, you know, when your heart is broken, that's the end. Heart is broken. That's when it can take in more love. All the love that's inside can get to pour out, but something happens. And though it sounds like an expression to have your heart broken, it's actually a very real phenomenon. So it is through the grief that we're now able to take in so much more love and energy and realization than we would if our hearts had not broken.
Happy birthdays, witchcraft.
Hello, family. Look what the sun did, purifying everything. All of this caught on fire. That's what the solar flares are doing. Everything on fire. It's just going to continue to get hotter and hotter. Hello, family. Look what the sun did.
Taylor Swift openly says she's a witch. Pay attention.
So Taylor Swift is finally showing you guys who she truly is, and you're still not paying attention, huh? She literally called herself a witch in this tweet. Billboard chart says this is a song for all the lonely witches. Y'all think they're just putting on an artistic act? This woman was on tour going state to state, doing live rituals on stage, and nobody's paying attention to it, huh? You're that brainwashed.
Listen. Listen to what she said.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a serpent behind her. Y'all waking up yet? Last week's sweetheart has turned to this week's witch. In that video, she was acting like she was in hell. So yeah, last week's sweetheart has turned to this week's witch in hell. But are you catching on yet? Witch in front of a serpent. Let's go deeper, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't it interesting that Taylor Swift looks exactly like Zena LaVey? Who is Zena LaVey, you might ask?
The Denver International Airport has to be one of the most mysterious and well-known locations that involves a ton of conspiracies, and it's almost like the creators are rubbing it in our faces. This guy went there a few days ago to catch a flight. He was looking for his flight terminal, but he ended up in an area that seemed more like the back rooms. There was nobody back there. Things seemed more like props. I tagged his account down below in case you want to watch his videos. After walking around for some time, he ends up finding another flight terminal, but it was more of like a dead end. Like there was nothing back there. Keep in mind that outside of this airport is this statue who is known as Lucifer. People think that he is a node to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and he even has a pretty sacrificial sounding past. Lucifer was being built by this man named Luis. When Luis was putting Lucifer together, a section of Lucifer fell off and took Luis's life. Luis's family had to complete the task. Many people are also caught off guard by all of the symbolism that's around the airport. When you go to pick up your luggage, this is one of the gargoyle statues that is there to greet you. There's actually 2 of them. And this is what I mean by how they're throwing it on our faces, because it's right there for us to see. There's reptilian references. There's also a ton of murals. I mean, a ton of them. You could run a quick Google search and find so many, and they all seem very dark. They all seem very violent, and children are often referenced. I mean, the art kind of speaks for itself. There's mentionings of a ton of war and destruction. Even this painting, it went viral during the pandemic. The submission date says that it was in 1995. They ended up saying that was just an error, because how would they know about COVID? There's also a ton of UFO sightings in the area, and a lot of people feel that it is connected to the airport. There's also speculation about the tunnels that are underneath the airport. There are tunnels, and NORAD is in the area, but they're said to just be passing luggage through the tunnels and nothing more. And I mean, they know exactly what they're doing because of how they reference certain things. They're even using the tinfoil hat to kind of mock people. Why would any airport need to reference so many conspiracy theories or use a bunch of symbolism that way? The Denver International Airport has to be one of...
Did you guys see what happened to the Jersey Shore? And I need someone to verify this. So apparently, this is what the Jersey Shore used to look like. And now, this is what the Jersey Shore is looking like, y'all. Man, we've been telling y'all there's a change happening, y'all, and it's happening so fast. Check this out.
This is the Jersey Shore. This is how the Jersey Shore has always looked. The water has always been murky and dark and just not very inviting. Every time I've gone to the Jersey Shore, this is the water that we've gotten, or this is what we've seen. So when the fuck did the Jersey Shore turn into this? Crystal clear Caribbean style water. I have never seen the Jersey Shore look like this. Ever. I mean, it's like we literally just came to the Caribbeans. But no, this is the Jersey Shore. You cannot convince me that something isn't off when literally the water has completely changed on an entire coastline in a year's time. Something is up. There is something happening. I don't know what, but for the good God, this is not normal.
There will be signs everywhere, you guys. And again, they have been telling us to watch the waters, right? Especially with the animals acting out of the ordinary. Interestingly enough, I went to the beach the other day and the water was warm at first, right? And then I noticed that the water was not as salty as it was anymore. Has anybody else experienced this? When I told you I was taken aback by this, y'all, I was like, hold on. This water is not as salty as it used to be. Because remember, salt melts ice, right? And then all the ice has been melting all over the earth, right? So could this be the reason why the water is not as salty anymore? There's a great change happening on our planet, y'all, and it's happening extremely fast. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations.
The planet is definitely changing. Alright, y'all, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Sending peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself. And if the weather is good, get outside, get some of that sunlight. Especially if it's not raining where you at. Okay, to get some of that sunlight. Because it might be raining where somebody else is at. So take in that sun while you can. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.